Hi everyone, this is Heba from My Little Journal, and today I'm going to be working in my traveler's notebook. I will be using a lot of Feed Your Craft products. Now the stamp set is the Love Stamp set that released this month, and the traveler's notebook papers, I believe, released in December if I'm not mistaken. But I do add all the links for all the products I used in my video in the description box if you want to check them out. Now, I decided beforehand that I would be using this navy blue paper because it had a lot of space for journaling, which I wanted to journal. Now, I'm just trying to figure out which paper I'm going to use for the opposite side of my spread. And I really like this with the boxes on the top. It's colorful, but yet there's a lot of white space, so I decided to go with it. I took my traveler's notebook paper to my typewriter, typed out a little bit about these photos, what happened that day, and I'm going to use the stamp set, the Love Stamp set, I believe. No, actually, this is the Moments Focused, I believe, stamp set. I'm going to stamp out highlights because it was just highlights that I journaled about, I guess. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick down my larger photo. I just took a picture of my son's calculator, his pencils, to kind of represent him taking the ACT test. Now, obviously, you can't go in and take a picture of him while he's taking the test, so I thought this was second best. I would just kind of take like a picture of something he had with him and represent that. And I definitely recommend you do that when you want to document something, but you don't have a picture of that something. Anyways, I used the Love Stamp set to stamp out this frame right under these little boxes, and I thought I would kind of remove the center piece so I can add my photo behind the frame. I love doing this. I've done it so many times. If you guys have been watching me for a while, once I see frames, I cut out the centers and add my photos right in the center, and I love how it looks. So all I'm doing is adding some glue to my photo to stick it down, but it's gonna stay put because I will end up sticking these pages in my notebook, so that photo is not gonna go anywhere. Now I decide to use some of the phrases from the stamp set to stamp in these rectangles. So I end up stamping XOXO, love lives here, little things like that, just to fill out these boxes. There's also like a heartbeat in that stamp set, so I'm going to use that to add a little something and call that little section done. I'm going to end up probably grabbing my crystal drops and adding a few drops there, but I don't want to add too much. I really want this spread to be focused on my journaling and, you know, my son's picture and talking kind of about the story. Now I decide to grab my stamp platform and stamp out a large title. I thought I would stamp True Story because it was a crazy week and it was really busy. It was a lot of work. So I just thought it would look cool if I stamped a large title and stamped out True Story. Now I'm not going to make you watch me stamp out every single letter, but I make a huge boo-boo, and no joke, I didn't even notice the whole time I was creating the spread. I only noticed when I came to edit my video. That's how crazy it is. I think I'm gonna blame it on age that I didn't even see this. But when I come to stamp out story, I actually stamp out story. So I forgot to stamp the R. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I know I focus, like when I'm doing something, I focus really hard, and that's probably why you can see right there I forgot my R. I didn't forget to stamp little periods next to my words, but I forgot my R. Anyways, it was funny. It was ridiculous because I noticed it later while I was editing, but when I did notice it, I went back to my craft room and fixed it. I literally just stamped my title again on a separate piece of white cardstock and stuck that over my title, and you'll see that in the pictures at the end of this video. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and add this tiny heart. It's just a little stamp from the stamp set. I'm gonna stamp it around my frame. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to grab my notebook and add my pages inside my notebook, because at this point I know I'm not going to be stamping anymore. I do want to go through my embellishments to add a little dimension to my spread, because it's a little bit too flat right now, just adding photos, journaling, and stamping. It really needed some dimension. By the way, I always say this, that I do cover up some of my patterns in my Studio Calico notebook, especially if I know that I don't like that pattern or I'm not going to end up using it. Whatever the case is, I will cover it up with pattern that I love or I know I'm going to use. So definitely do that if you're not in love with your pattern papers in your notebook. Now, next up, I grabbed my embellishments. I really love these little perforated phrases and words. These come in a lot of Studio Calico's notebooks, or not kits, I mean. So I just chose one of those in navy blue, and I'm going to end up adding it right under my crazy title. And then I will grab a little chipboard and add it to my photo. Once I am done with my embellishments, I will end up grabbing my crystal drops. I'm going to use my matte ones and add a few drops here and there just to add some more dimension and color to my spread. And then I call my layout done. Hopefully you'll watch this to the end of the video so you can see how I covered my mess up. And I always say this, you guys, don't feel bad if you mess up. You can always cover it up. That's the beauty of scrapbooking and being creative in crafting. You can always fix it. It's not the end of the world. You don't have to start all over again. Just go with the flow, you guys. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye!